Good morning students, all of you. Today in this class we will discuss some numerical from the chapter 3 class 12 physics, that is the current and electricity. Clear? So we will start from the Kirchhoff's law, using Kirchhoff's law. First problem, one circuit is given to you and you have to calculate the different current in the branch. How will you calculate? First draw this diagram. This is a circuit, one EMF is here and a resistance. After that resistance, it will connect it to the another EMF, just like this. So 3 resistance and 3 EMF are connected just like this. First of all, you have to take current in the different branch by KCL. Suppose a current I1 is flowing through it, I1 current is flowing through it, I2 is current flowing through it. So the total current will be meeting in this point and the current I3 is coming through it. And obviously the value of I3 is equal to I1 plus of I2. Value of resistance given 4, 3 and 2. This is the 4 ohm, this is the 3 ohm and this is the 2 ohm. And EMF 2, 1 and 4. This is a 2 volt, this is a 1 volt and this is a 4 volt. Now when you calculate the current through the branch, that is the I1, I2, I3, how will you calculate? After that you have to take, imagine that the current is in the loop. Here are the two loops. This is the loop 1, this circuit, and second loop is this. So in the first circuit, let the current is moving in anti-clockwise direction, and for the second loop it is moving let clockwise direction. Clear? It's your choice, arbitrary choice. You can take anti-clockwise or clockwise. Now come to the equation from loop 1, for loop 1, for loop 1. What will be the equation? According to the KVL or Kirchhoff's voltage law, what will be the equation? I1 is current flowing through it, so you can write 4 into I1, it will be positive, 4 into I1, 4 I1. Then it will be come to the 3 ohm resistance. Current flowing through the 3 ohm resistance is the I2, so 3 I2, but I2 will be negative or positive? I2 will be positive as the current is flowing in anti-clockwise direction. So I2, both current are flowing through the same direction for the 3 ohm resistance, but for the 4 ohm resistance, notice here the current flowing through this branch I1 is from left to right, and we are considering the current is anti-clockwise direction, that is from the right to left, so you have to take as negative. That is the 4I1 plus 3I2. Now come to the EMF. When you take EMF, consider this one. This 2 volt will be positive or negative? This 2 volt will be positive and 1 volt will be negative. As the current, according to our consideration, the current is flowing in anti-clockwise direction. So for 2 volt it will be positive, that is the 2, and for the 1 volt it will be negative. So what your result? Your result is minus of 4I1 plus of 3I2 is equal to 1. This will be your first expression. Now come to the second expression for the loop 2. For the loop 2, what will be the expression? For loop 2. For loop 2, what will be the equation? Come to this point, 3I1. 3I1 will be taken as positive as the current, both current are in same direction. So 3I2, not I1, 3I2, and from this one 2I3 plus of, it will be positive as the actual current and our consideration is same. So plus of 2I3 is equal to, what will be the potential? Potential is 1, this is 1, that is the negative, and 4 is the positive. So 4 minus of 1. what will be your result? So you will get 3I2 plus of 2I3. I3 means what? I3 means I1 plus I2 you can write. So write I1 plus I2 is equal to 3. Okay. Okay. So, or you can write 2I1, 3I2 plus 2I2, that is the 5I2. 5I2 is equal to 3. Isn't it? You can check it once again. 3I2 plus of 3I2 same direction plus of 2 into I3 plus of 2 into I3 is equal to 4 minus 1. Good. So 3I2 plus of 2 into I1 plus I2 is equal to 3. So 3I2 plus of 3I2 plus 2I2, that is the 5I2 plus 2I1. Good. So this will be the equation number 2. Clear? Is it clear? Now come to the third consideration. So from this one, I1 and I2 and these two equation, what you can get? You can get, notice here, 4I1. It is a 2I1. So multiplied by 1 multiplied by 2. What you will get? You will get minus of 4I1 plus of 3I2 is equal to 1. This will be 4I1 plus of 10I2 is equal to 6. You can add these two. This will be cancelled. 13I2 is equal to 7. 13I2 is equal to 7, or I2 is equal to 7 by 13 ampere will be the result. Similarly, you can calculate the value of I1 also, and what will be your result? And if you solve this one I1 in the similar process, then I1 you will get 2 by 13 ampere, and I3 is equal to I1 plus I2. So I3 you will get 9 by 13 ampere. Clear? Okay. Now come to the another numerical. Okay, from the potentiometer, wait, very important numerical this step. Potential gradient already we have calculated. How to calculate the potential gradient we have discussed. So one circuit is given to you and you have to calculate the unknown EMF. The circuit is given. This is a potentiometer circuit, 5 volt. This is a 5 volt. One resistance is given to it, that is the 480 ohm, and this terminal will be connected. This terminal will be connected. This is a potentiometer weight. All of you know this is a terminal A and this is a terminal B. And if we take an EMF, this is a EMF. Positive terminal should be same. 1 galvanometer, and the balancing length is this, and this is given 600 centimeter. Now you have to calculate the unknown EMF E. How will you calculate? First of all, you have to calculate the potential gradient of this potentiometer. What is the potential gradient? To calculate the potential gradient, and resistance of the wire, potentiometer wire is also given, that is the 20 ohm. Clear? So first of all, calculate the current through it. What is the current through it? Now the current through AB, I is equal to, means AB wire, I is equal to V by R. So V is the 5, R is what? Total resistance 480 and 20. 480 plus 20, I am writing 480 plus 20. So 5 by 500 ampere, means 1 by 100. 1 by 100 is equal to 0.01 ampere. So 0.01 ampere is flowing through it. Therefore, the potential drop across the resistance. What will be the potential drop across this one? Potential drop across this one. Therefore, potential drop in AB. What will be the value of potential drop? Now the potential drop V is equal to IR, V is equal to I is the 0.01 and resistance of the wire is given, that is the 20. So you will get 0.20 volt. This is the potential drop of this wire. Now the total length of the wire is given to you. The total length of the wire is what? 10 meter. 10 meter. Total drop now the total drop of the potential from A to B is what? 0.2 volt. Now length of the potentiometer wire is given 10 meter. So what will be the potential gradient? Therefore potential gradient K is equal to V by L is the formula. As it is given in 600 centimeter in CGS system, so voltage per unit length, that is volt per centimeter, you can calculate, so that you can easily calculate. Total potential is the what? 0.2 and L is what? 10 meter, that is the 10 into 100. 10 into 100, that is the volt per centimeter. Therefore unknown resistance, come to the network. Unknown resistance is what? Unknown resistance, the EMF of this resistance should be equal to the drop of potential from this to this. So potential gradient, that is the potential drop per unit length, we have calculated. So we can easily calculate the unknown EMF. So what will be the formula? We have already discussed in the theoretical portion. Therefore unknown EMF E is equal to, what is the formula? K into L or phi into L. Clear? So what is the value of K? 0.2 by 10 into 100 into L. L is the 600. So this will be 6. Okay. This will be 6, 3, 5. So this will be 0.4, 0.6 by 5, that is equal to 0.12. 0.12 volt is the answer of your unknown EMF. Clear? No doubt should be there. Next, come to the meter bridge. Principle of meter bridge already we have studied, that at valence condition what happened? The ratio of P by Q is equal to R by S. So one circuit from that one I am giving to you. Find the current in the circuit, right? Find current in the circuit. What is the circuit? Circuit is given this type. One resistor, two resistor, three resistors, and this resistors is connected between this, and whole network is connected to a potential source. What is the value? The value of the potential source is 4 volt. Value of the resistance given to you, that is the, this will be 2, this is the 1 ohm, this is the 2 ohm, this is the 1, 2 ohm, this is the 2 ohm, this is the 4 ohm, and this is the 5. Now first of all you have to calculate the effective value of the resistance between these 2 points. You can take the name. What is the name? This name is A and this name is B. What is the equivalent resistance? So already we have discussed, this is nothing but a Wheatstone bridge. So as the ratio P by Q, notice here 1 by 2, here also 2 by 4 means 1 by 2. As P by Q is equal to R by S, so no current flowing through this resistance. So you can omit this resistance. You can cancel this one. So what will be the equivalent resistance? 1 and 2. What is the equivalent resistance? 1 and 2 are in series, 2 and 4 are in parallel. So I am writing that is RAV. That is the equivalent resistance between the point A and B. What is the result? 1 plus 2, that is parallel to 2 plus 4. 2 plus 4. What is the result? 1 plus 2, that is the 3 parallel 6. And you can get this result 3 into 6, or you can draw this one, 1 by R AV is equal to 1 by 3 plus 1 by 6. What will be the result? 6, 2 plus 1. So 3 by 6, 1 by RAB, obviously, remember. Therefore, RAB, resistance between the point A and B, is the 2 ohm. Clear? So resistance between the 2 point A and B is the 2 ohm. So what will be the current? Very easy. Therefore, current I is equal to V by R. RAB means V is the 4 volt by R is the 2, that is the 2 ampere will be your result. Clear? Is it clear? Okay. Now I am giving another simple circuit so that you have to understand this one. For very simple circuit, you have to understand. One circuit is there. This point name is X, this point name is Y, and resistors are given to it. This 1, 2. This is a 10 ohm. This is a 10 ohm. And another between this point and this point. This is a point A, this is a point B. Resistors is also given. In this point is the 10 ohm. In this point also 10 ohm. In this point also 10 ohm. In this point also 10. So find the equivalent resistance. Question is that find equivalent resistance between X and Y. What will be the equivalent resistance? Now you have to identify this one, that the value of the resistance. What is this circuit? This is nothing but a Wheatstone bridge also. Notice, with respect to X and Y, this X and Y in the previous case, the point comparable to the point A and B, and all things are same. So notice here, P by Q is equal to R by S formula is applicable. Here this point you can consider P, this is the Q, this is the R, this is the S. So easily you can identify this is also a nothing but Wheatstone bridge. So similarly you can omit this circuit. So what will be the equivalent resistance? Therefore equivalent resistance between the RAV, what you can write? Therefore RAV, what will be the value? 10 plus 10, that is parallel with 10 plus 10. What will be the result? 20 parallel 20, and it will be value is the 10 ohm. If you calculate this value, 20 into 20 by 20 plus 20, you will get 10 ohm. Clear? Is it clear? Okay. Now come to the another numerical, that is you have to calculate the combination. Question is that, right question all of you? VI graph of two resistors and their series combination are as shown in the figure. Figure is given over there. I repeat, the VI graph of two resistors and their series combination are as shown in the figure. Very important question. VI graph given to you. The graph, this is the I and this is the V, and VI graph given to you, three graph, 1, 2, 3. This is the 1, this is the 2 and this is the 3. Three graph is given to you. Which one of these graph represent series combination of the other two? Give reason for your answer. Which graph is the series combination? So what you have to identify basically? We have noticed that in series combination the equivalent resistance is large compared to the parallel. Clear? And also if the individual resistance is also there, then also the series combination is greater resistance. So can you tell in which graph the value of resistance is large? What is the formula actual? Resistance R is equal to V by I. This is the formula. R is equal to V by I. R is equal to V by I. So here, if we consider three similar points in the same line, in these 3 points, so all these three graphs, I am taking the point name A, this is the point name B, this is the point name C. For all these three graphs, V remains constant. This is a V. So V is a constant. For this one, you can consider for 1 marks question only. Therefore, can you write R is proportional to 1 by I? Means if the current is large, then the resistance is less. So for which graph the current is large? For the graph, the current is large for graph 3. So resistance is less. So resistance is less. For the one graph, the resistance is large. From this one, what you can consider? You can consider as I1, I3. I3 is greater than I2 is greater than I1. Therefore, if current is large, then you can consider I3 is less than I2 is less than I1. Sorry, R. This will not be R. Isn't it? As I is inversely proportional, for I is greater, the current is less. For graph 3, the I is greater, so current is less. For graph 2, current is at, and for graph 1 is more or less. So inversely relation is there. So resistance of 3 is less than resistance of 2 is less than resistance of 1. Clear? This type of numerical is also important. Clear? So another numerical similar type question. Same graph, but the graph is given in opposite. Along this direction V is taken and along this direction I is taken. Two graph is given to you. This is a graph, two graph, AB name is given, A graph, this is the V graph. Now you have to calculate, you have to identify which graph represent parallel combination. Which graph represent parallel combination. For parallel combination resistance is less. For parallel combination resistance is less. So I am again taking. For parallel combination resistance is less. So if we consider the Ohm's law, V is proportional to R or R is equal to V by I. Here I am taking the same point. You can take along this direction, no problem. So for these 2 points, the value of current is same. Value of current is same. So what you can write? Or R is proportional to V. If the resistance is large, then the value of potential is less. If the resistance is large, then the value of resistance is less. Clear? So where the potential is large, potential for the graph, sorry, if resistance is voltage is large, then the resistance is also large, proportional, and if the current is large, then the resistance is less. So as we take in the current is constant, so you can consider it as I is equal to constant. So here all for these two graphs the value of current is same, but the potential is different. Where the potential is large, the potential for B graph is large. Therefore VB is greater than VA. Therefore RB is greater than RA. Means resistance of the A graph is less, so A represent parallel combination. Understood? Is it clear? Okay. Okay. Another temperature dependence of resistance, not numerical from this one. Right question. IV graph for metallic wire of two resistance at different temperature is as shown in figure. IV is graph to you, given to you at different two temperature. So this is a graph. This is graph 2. It is the graph for the temperature T1. It is the graph for temperature T2. Now you have to calculate which of the two temperature is lower and why. Which of the two temperature is lower and why? It is for the metallic wire. So for the metallic wire, for the conductor, you can consider with the increase of temperature, resistance is increased. So if temperature is large, then the resistance is also large. So you have to consider which graph represent large resistance. That temperature is also greater. So this is a graph I versus V. This is a graph 1, this is a graph 2 for two graph. So these two graph, what is the value of V? Value of V is constant. V is proportional to R, or R is equal to V by I. Here V is constant, so R is proportional to 1 by I. Where the current is large, current for the one graph is large. That means I1 is greater than I2. If current is large, then resistance is less, therefore R1 is less than R2. Understood? R1 is less than R2. And as R1 is less, so its corresponding temperature T1 is less than of T2. Why? Because for conductor resistance, if resistance increase, then that means, or if temperature increase, sorry, for conductor, if temperature increase, then resistance also increases. Clear? So this is a very important numerical. You can consider, you can, the question may be from the topic of resistivity also. So resistance and resistivity are proportional. So similar expression will be there. Clear? Okay. So the last numerical, I am solving this one from principle of Wheatstone bridge. Very simple. Another numerical. Find the equivalent resistance. Last time numerical. Find equivalent resistance. Very simple numerical and very important also. One cubical arrangement given to you. This is a cubical arrangement. This is a cubical arrangement. And in each branch, the resistance is given to you. What is the resistance of each branch? R, small r. In each branch, the resistance is smaller. Each branch. Okay, and you have to find out the equivalent resistance between the point A and B. A and B. What will be the value of equivalent resistance between the point A and B? So, if we consider from the A point and B point, this is the symmetry. If we cut this in between A and B, you have to consider, you have to imagine that one, then one side is the mirror image of another side. So what will be the equivalent resistance of these three combinations? Notice here, if I current flows through it, then the current flows through this branch and current flows through this branch is same. So the potential drop across the point, this and this will be the same value. So what will be the, just you can consider this point and this point are same point. So you can take the point name A and A. Similarly, if you imagine from the point B, then the point this point and this point are same point. We are taking the point name B and B. Very important diagram. So naming is very important. After this name, you can consider the arrangement of this one, how it looks like. Notice here, you can, this point is the A and this point is small a. In between A and small a, there are three resistance are in parallel. 1, 2 and this one 3. Three resistance are in parallel. Similarly, if we consider from the another terminal V, there are also three resistance are in parallel. This is the small b point. What is the value of resistance? The value of resistance is R, small r value, small r and smaller. And in between the point A and V, small b here, this is the small b, there are 6 resistance. You can consider in between small a and b, there are 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and last one is A and V, that is the 6. 6 resistance will be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So 6 resistance are there. So from this circuit you can easily, R is the value, every resistance is R. So what will be the equivalent resistance? The equivalent resistance of these 3 is what? R by 3. What is the equivalent resistance of these 6? This will be R by 6. And what will be the equivalent resistance of this one? Is R by 3. So what will be the equivalent resistance between the point A and B? So I am writing that one. You can pause and write the value. Therefore, equivalent resistance between A and V. What will the value? RAV, and the value is R by 3, R by 6, R by 3 plus of R by 6 plus of R by 3. So 6 will be the LCM, 2 plus of R plus of 2r. So 2, 2, 4, 5. 5r by 6. This is the value of resistance between the point A and B. Clear? Very important numerical from your competitive point of view, exam point of view. Okay. So that's all for today's class. Thank you all.